Okay, we gotta do an introduction, right, or something like that. All right.
Yep.
All right.
Hold on. Okay. All right. Hello, class. My name is Matthew Griffin. I am here today interviewing Mr. Larry Lincoln. Thank you, Mr. Lincoln, for coming by.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone.
Yes.
How's
Doing this
doing?
crazy pandemic. I'm doing well today. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that's good.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So, what brings you in today? I saw your console saying that you were stressing over how you have to deal with your sickness that you're dealing with. What sickness are you dealing with?
Well, I'm on dialysis, and it's been kind of complicated trying to balance out family and going to the clinic. I'm technically there like 6 hours, 3 days a week, and what's going on is that when I get there at about 10 o'clock, and I got to sit there and wait till 12 o'clock. And, you know, no offense to the older folks, I see all these older folks going in, and I got a child at home to take care of.
Right.
And I just don't understand, like, why all of them get to go first and me almost going dead last no matter how long I've been there. And I've been in the clinic since 2014. So maybe I should get a little leeway about, you know, maybe me moving on the first shift or this, that, and the third, but I'm still down at the bottom. But it's been quite hard because my son has autism. His name is Larry the fourth, you know, name after me. But
okay.
He's very, very active, and he likes touching and moving new things. I was suggested to go to home dialysis, but I can't bring that equipment over there because he'll mess with it. I don't want him to hurt himself because he just don't know no better at this point in time.
Right.
But other than that, you know, my wife works overnight, and I need to be home at a certain time to watch my son. And I don't get home till after 4:30, and it's hard for her to get sleep, especially now with this coronavirus going on. Because
I can imagine.
Because you know, she needs sleep throughout the day, and I'm not there to watch my son. So it'll be a lot easier if I can get home at a decent time to help her get some rest.
All right. Okay.
But that's the situation for the most part.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're kind of going through mentally because you're not able to be home with your family, and you have your dialysis. We say 3 times a week, 6 hours
3 times
a day.
A week. Yeah, I'm there for 6 times a day. What happens is I get back there about 12 o'clock and I sit there till 4. So it's basically 4 hours running on a machine, and it filters my blood and helps cleans it. And they raised my time 15 minutes because I got this catheter in my chest. But I used to run 345, which is a little device here in my arm.
Oh, okay.
That first, but you know, I got to go back into surgery on June 8th to get another one, so hopefully my time will go down. And I'm thinking to myself, what's 15 minutes? But they said, oh, you need to have 15 minutes because you got a catheter, and we just want to make sure your blood gets clean. And I said, okay, I guess I have no choice but to deal with it. But, you know, if I want to come off a little early, it may be a little problem because they come to me and be like, oh, Larry, you really can't come off early because you're trying to get a transplant. And I say, yes, I know that, but I can't get there right now. And and I feel like, okay, I just want to come off. Frustrating. Yes, and I feel like I'm being treated like a child. If I make a grown man decision, I just expect a grown man results. And that's just how I feel about it. But, you know, I don't know what to say. What really, really bugs me the most is that I can't make any decisions for myself whatsoever. Right. I have to run as long as they want me to run. I have to take the medication they tell me to take. I can't make my own appointments. They have to make it for me and have to refer me. And if anything comes up, I have to let the other people know what's going on before I can make any changes. Yeah, and it's just ridiculous. I just feel like that, you know, I'm just like anybody else. I still got bills I got to pay. I still need to make money. And why am I being treated like a 10-year-old, like a child? I can't make any decisions for myself. They won't let me. And that's mostly the main thing about dialysis. But
yeah, it sounds pretty frustrating.
It is. It's been frustrating for the past 4 years, but I'm ready to get my transplant and get back to normal life.
I know that's right.
Like I said, one of the best things I think I'm pretty good at is driving, so I want to try to get maybe some tow trucking or some CDL driving, if anything. But most importantly, you know, somebody convinced me to try to go back to school and get an associate's degree, even though it's 2 years. And I I might consider counseling. I think when I really get going, I can be a pretty good talker and maybe a pretty good listener.
I think so too, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's what I'm looking into. Matter of fact, I had a conversation with my social worker the other day. And I said, look, I'm on disability. Is there any way I can get like maybe some type of grants? Because I'm trying to fill out my FAFSA.
Grants for school?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because they have
something like that
for patients that are, on disability, because I'm legally on disability. But see,
any good news for that?
Not yet. She'll let me know maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. But she'll find out. She's a decent social worker. I guess I'll have to do some research myself, but that's what I plan on doing.
Well, you sound pretty optimistic, Larry. I mean, despite what you're going through, it's kind of amazing. A lot of people, even myself, man, we go through situations that put us down and we don't come out of them. Or, we'll go in situations and they'll make us depressed and we have a cloud over us. But you seem pretty optimistic about your life in the future, despite this frustration you're dealing with at the clinic.
Well, yeah, what really keeps me going is I think about my 6-year-old son and how he really needs me and his mother. So that's the only thing that really keeps me positive, that I deal what I deal with and just roll with the punches. But I just have to do it because he needs me. And if I'm not around, I'm afraid to see what happened to him because, I don't think my wife will. I mean, she'll do the best she can by herself, but I'm just trying to be around for my son and take care of him. Yeah, that's what I feel emotionally about. So I know I go in and just try to keep myself. I don't really try to be buddy with everybody like some people act like. I'm like, really? But I mean, I'm not really related to any of these people, but that's just my opinion. Just do a
job, pretty much. Just get your dialysis and go home. Exactly.
Yeah, that's how I feel every
You're already
day.
there too long anyway, right?
But I mean, I guess that makes me the bad guy. For what? I didn't come here to laugh and joke with. I came here to get my treatment and go on to my family. That's how I feel about it. I see people in these wheelchairs coming in there, but yeah, how you doing? And barely get their hand up, and I said, okay, that's all nice and then. I mean, I'm polite though. Somebody say hi to me, I say hi, but I'm not gonna sit there and try to have a whole conversation like I known you for 20 daggone years. And you know what I mean? And that's just what it is. I go in there and sit on my little phone right there, talk whoever people actually know, and just chill out. But, they're not all bad, but, if somebody say hi to me, like I said before, I just say hi and just keep it moving. That's all I can do till 4 o'clock arrive, and I'm
out the door.
Out the door. See you Wednesday, man. That's how I feel about it.
So do you feel like most people in dialysis with you are going through what you're going through at home too, as far as trying to balance spending days here at dialysis, dealing with your family, maybe some of their spouses are trying to work as well, children? Do you think other people are going through what you're going through?
I'm not sure because most of the patients there are like maybe 50 and 60 and up. Their children are already grown.
How old are you, if you don't mind?
Oh, I'm 37.
Okay, yes, sir.
And, I still consider me, some type of young man. Well, I used to be young man, but, like I said, I still got responsibility in a child. But like I was saying before, I feel like most of the people in there are pretty elderly. They mostly, from what I hear, when they leave, they usually get something to eat and go to bed for the rest of the day. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes I do that too. Because it's just that, after your blood's getting pumped and you just feel exhausted and fatigued most of the times and drained, like really bad, like a battery just going and you just done. But as far as the elderly concerned, nothing against them, but I don't see them having jobs to go to or any children to go home and take care of. And once again, they put them on first and meet that last. And I said over and over again, hey, look, can I have some help with my schedule? Because I got a child to get home to.
Right.
And, I need to be home to help get him off the bus because this bus gets home at 3 o'clock. And I'm still at the clinic at past 3:30 or 4 o'clock. And I'm not there to pick him up. So my wife has to get up out the bed.
Because she works at night, you were saying.
Yeah. And get him off the bus and bring him in the house because I'm not there doing it. Unless it's Tuesday or Thursday when I'm actually home. But that's the most part.
That sounds like it could be really bothersome, man. I mean,
yeah, it can.
it's definitely not an easy situation you're in right now. Dealing with your health and your family. Because your son's autistic. Your wife has to work in the evenings.
Yep.
And then you have to deal with not being able to have the schedule you want at dialysis. And then you're saying when you get off, you're exhausted. You have to come home and try to handle your family, and you're beat.
Most of the time, yes.
But it does sound like you're pretty optimistic about your future. Because this dialysis shouldn't last forever.
No.
Right? How does that work?
Well, I've been planning. No one wants to sit on the dialysis for X amount of years because it gets to a certain point that you may actually pass away from dialysis. And when I started back in 2014, a number of people have actually passed away.
Oh, man.
And it really got to me, and it had me thinking for a while, like, what were they doing that was so different from me? They were in the same boat as me, but they were older. Matter of fact, last year, a lady that started, a young girl about the same age as me started, and she passed away 2 years ago.
Oh, sorry.
And, she left 2 kids, and I felt bad, but she had other health problems. But it's very important that when we keep up on our health, it's just very important. I've seen a lot of people pass away in the clinic.
The clinic that you go to?
Yes, and I've been there for like 5 years. I've seen a lot of people come in and out. And make it so bad is that all they can do is just replace them with somebody else. And just move on. And it's like 2 weeks later, they're like, their name is just completely forgotten, like if they were never there. That's what bothers me the most. Like, no one ever says, oh, you remember I was such and such. I understand this ain't school or work, but that's just how
no recognition, huh? They're there 1 minute, going the next.
Yeah.
That could be pretty scary to deal with.
It is pretty scary. And I think about it sometimes. I don't think if something happened to me in that clinic, nobody probably would care. But I just don't want to be the next one. That's why I'm trying to get my transplant as quickly as possible so I can be there for my child, because I don't think anybody is going to take care of him. So me and my wife, for the most part.
Right.
But, yep.
Yes, sir. Well, I really appreciate your time today. I think that's all we need.
Okay.
You have any questions for me?
No.
Okay. Well, I really hope that this dialysis doesn't last for too much longer. You sound pretty optimistic, despite all this craziness you're going through.
You have to be in order to.
Which is amazing, man. I wish more people felt like you. I mean, it's like you were saying, you're sick, and your child's sick, and your wife works in the evenings, and you're not able to get the schedule you need to have the energy that you need.
Yes.
But you're still kicking.
Still kicking.
I find that fascinating. I think you're gonna be okay, Larry.
No, I appreciate it.
I can't wait for us to talk next time.
Oh, that would be great.
I appreciate seeing you today, sir. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
All right, let's see.
How much was that?
Here we go. Okay, yes, sir. So it sounds like you're pretty optimistic despite all the craziness you're going through. That's good to know, sir. I have a question for you. How often in the past several months do you feel as though you didn't have had any control over your moods or your thoughts? You were saying that sometimes you get pretty frustrated. Do you feel like you maintain control, or?
It depends on the situation. I get a little frustrated especially when I was saying earlier at the clinic most of the time, and no matter how hard I try, I just can't get the results that I feel like I need. And I've been there since 5 years, and this feels like that. I should be considered a senior by now.
A senior member of the clinic.
Yeah, basically, like if I was a club, it would be like a senior member. And we got those little perks, and
that's
maybe you should be able to have, but I don't have any of that. And And I say to myself, well, why am I being treated like this? And I say, well, I realize that the majority of the patients, they come in and they want to laugh, joke, and talk to the staff and do things I don't particularly care to do.
Does that frustrate you? Does that make you upset? Do you feel like
It
changes your mood?
Well, it kind of does, but that's not necessarily what's going on. It's just that this is what I feel like. I feel like there's this buddy thing going on, and that maybe that's not the case. People are just extra friendly. I don't know why they're on dialysis. They're supposed to be coming there a little cranky, but as for me, I come in there a little cranky. Like, what else could I possibly be doing before sitting in this building for 6 hours?
Why do you come in cranky? Do you have any at-home worries or frustrations you're dealing with that bring there?
I guess it's because
or you already know what's going to happen.
I feel like that instead of being here for 6 hours, I can be out making a paycheck or doing something else in my life, something important. But, it's also, I can't get too mad. It's my fault that I'm in this situation in the first place because I didn't watch my blood pressure. And this is how this all started. I was somewhat overweight. My blood pressure was out of control. And then, boom, one day you wake up and realize, oh, your kidneys are gone. And I say, your kidney gone, so what's happening next? Oh, we got to put you on dialysis. What is dialysis? I never heard of that before. Oh, it's just nothing, just a machine where they stick you here and here and then filter your blood for the next 3.5
Sounded pretty
hours.
simple to you, huh?
Yeah, at first I said, okay, let's do it. And then when I get in there, it's completely different. It's like, no, I don't think I can do this every day. But what happened was, like I said earlier, I toughed it out and just keep it going. And, like I said, they stick you here and here. But first of all, they got to put a machine in you. And it's called a fistula. And it helps circulates your blood and takes it in the machine. The machine just puts it right back. So there's 2 holes. They got a red cord and a blue cord. They got professional names for it, I'm not sure. But I don't know if you can see my arm too well, but see all the scars and bruising when it cut me open.
Yeah, it's pretty cut. Yeah.
And this may be here for the rest of my life. And to make it so bad, I got an infection. I had to go to Rats, and they had to take it out because it was infected. Now I got to get another one in, right in the same location, the same R, on the 8th. So we'll see what happens with there. I think I'm off subject. I think I am. I'm sorry.
That's okay, man. Yeah,
Okay,
it's all right. But yeah, I mean, so my question was, do you feel like you've lost any hope or anything dealing with dialysis? But
I still have some hope.
Yeah, you seem pretty optimistic.
I met a nice lady that started dialysis. She seems like she really cares. She's a social worker. She needs Emily. And she's actually, made me feel pretty positive about coming to dialysis, doing what I need to do to take care of my family.
That's good.
If I ask her for any type of help, I mean, she'll look into it and get back to me. And I just really feel like she's doing her job. But I don't feel that way about some of the people there, but I feel that way about her.
Emily.
Yeah.
So Emily's consistency helps you stay motivated.
Yeah, she's pretty positive, man. She actually called me up while she was home at work and asked me, "Is everything okay? Are you still going to your treatments?" And, "Oh, Larry, I heard you trying to get your transplant situation straight again. Do you have everything okay?" She seemed pretty caring, and that actually made me feel good. So not everybody that the clinic, kind of rubs me around. Just some people do.
Some people rub you the wrong way.
But
but for the most part, it's an okay experience at the clinic.
Yeah, it's okay. You just got to get used to it. Try to find a way to occupy your time, like get on your cell phone or be on a computer.
Yes, sir.
And try to be busy. Or some people just fall slam asleep for 2 or 3 hours. I can't do that. Sometimes I may fall asleep, and I'll be like, if I doze off and I hear the phone ring, that's when I wake up. But, yeah. All
right, so speaking of you being optimistic, can you just give me any examples of like any hopes or dreams you have for your future after this dialysis is complete?
Well, my plan is after dialysis is definitely try to re-enroll in school. I have 3 years before my disability runs out to get it together. But I have to take all these pills. But I plan on getting CDLs or going to school for counseling, getting an associate's degree, or maybe even tow trucking. Something that may consider driving. I think driving is one thing I've been pretty good at.
Okay.
My ability to driving. I've never been in no car accidents.
Right.
I never got no speeding tickets. Had some seatbelt tickets, but that's about it though.
Oh yeah, well, safety.
Yeah,
yes,
safety
sir.
first. So yes, that's about it.
Okay, yeah. So truck driving sounds like a good
CDLs.
getting your CDL license.
Yes, and reason why I'm really thinking about going that route because I used to work for Georgia Pacific as a security guard before I got on dialysis. They would come in and they would get a load of chip and saw or whatever supplies they need, and they'll drive an hour and a half to Emporia or where else in Virginia and come back. They will make 2 trips, and that'll be a full day's work for the day. And I thought that was pretty cool. They just drive in, pull the chain, and truck loaded up. I really don't want to do long distance driving because I don't want to be away from my family, but I really want to just drive locally if possible.
Right, get your CDL and drive locally.
Yeah,
okay,
I wouldn't even mind doing Uber if I had a decent vehicle to do Uber. That's something I can do on the side.
Something driving though, you like getting driving.
I think I'm a good driver.
Okay, yeah, that sounds promising. Yeah, I mean, it's good to have some type of dream to work towards, and especially if you're in a situation like you are at being dialysis.
And that's my plan.
I think that's a good option, man. Trying to get a CDL and drive. Okay, well, let's see how far we got.
We got about maybe 3 minutes.
Oh.